Hello everybody and welcome back to the Lokalfeed show. Our guest today is Sasha Christian. She is known as Singapore's wakeboarding queen. She has competed in several World Cups and won in major wakeboarding championships. She's so down to earth and she claims she's shy, but we think otherwise. We had so much fun having her on as a guest. So on this episode, she sits down with Akila and talks about what does it mean to trust the process, the importance of blocking out negative vibes, and why you should always be on a learning journey no matter how experienced you are. So, without further ado, here is Sasha Christian.
Hi Sasha.
Hello.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm good, thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for asking me to be here.
That's awesome. So just a little bit about yourself. I think towards the camera, maybe you can just give a little bit of an introduction about who you are, and what you do, and really what are you excited about in today's interview?
Well, my name is Sasha Christian. I am 25 years old. I've been competitive wakeboarder for about 14 years. And competitive skier for about 7 years. And today I'm just excited to talk to you and just to get to know you. You get to know me, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. Awesome. Alright, so you did mention that you were wakeboarder for what, 3 years?
Wakeboarding competitively for 14 years.
14 years and then water skiing for 7.
Yes.
Okay, so before we even touch about wakeboarding as a sport, what do you actually enjoy when it comes to wakeboarding and water skiing? Like, which one do you actually prefer the most?
Well, that's a hard question because I actually just retired from wakeboarding.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but it's not because I preferred water skiing more.
Okay.
It's a different decision. Both sports are very different on their own.
Okay.
Wakeboarding, we do more stunts in the air.
Yeah.
And we're really pushing ourselves to go beyond what we're afraid of.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's for me.
Yeah.
For water skiing, it's mostly about speed. The boat drives at 55 km per hour, and we do a slalom course.
Okay.
So it's different in both ways. Both are thrilling and both are exciting. That's what I like.
Cool. So when it comes to when you're saying there's a slalom course, I can't even pronounce that word, but when you have that course, is it a bit more rigid? In terms of the sport itself, water skiing?
That is a really good word to use. Like wakeboarding, I like to think it's more freestyle in that sense. It's very expressive. Whereas with slalom skiing, because there is a course certain techniques that you follow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit more rigid.
Okay.
I appreciate both aspects on it. It gave me very good balance.
Okay, that's a good thing, right? I think that's important, having a little balance in life.
Very important.
So, with wakeboarding and what is he, you're saying that you sort of retired from wakeboarding. And what are you doing now? Why did you actually retire? Okay, 2 questions. Why did you retire? And then what are you actually doing now?
I retired because I've been doing water skiing and wakeboarding for the last 3 years, and this year I'm actually going to school. It's been a couple of years break. I took a 4-year break to train full time. So now I'm going to school in August, and just because of that, I had to really think of what I wanted to do. Okay. And with everything happening, I just decided to concentrate on water skiing.
Okay, cool. But you will you'll be going to school but still concentrating on water skiing?
Oh yes, I'll still be competing in that.
So you will still be competing in water skiing. Great. Alright, so I guess now it's time to actually move forward from the whole wakeboarding. So you really just closing the wakeboarding chapter?
Ish. I still go to the Singapore Wake Park to wakeboard for fun.
Okay, alright.
It's my first love, in a sense. And it's a part of me. I can't lose that.
Of course,
I always say never say never. Maybe one day I might go back. Who knows?
Yeah.
I always keep the option open.
Okay. So I guess you'll still be doing it recreationally.
I try about once a week.
Okay, that's cool. How about water skiing then? So if you're competing in that, it will still be you'll still be training for it. And you'll still be okay. give us a little, step into your training life.
Okay.
So how does Sasha Christian actually wakes up in the morning and go through your entire day? Like, what do you do? Like, how do you train and when and things like that?
Okay, well, my days when I train start pretty early. I wake up about 5 or 5:30.
Okay.
And I'm down at Bedok Reservoir where I want to ski.
5:30.
Before, usually about 6:30.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to get everything ready, we start training about 7.
Okay.
And I enjoy driving the boat as well and coaching. So we do that. I do that as well.
Okay.
Until maybe like lunchtime. Go home, chill out for a bit.
Okay.
And then go to the gym.
Right. Okay. So you do the cross training in the gym as well. Okay. And then after that?
After that, then it's just dinner because my day start at 5:30. I'm in bed at like 9.
Oh, early sleep person.
Yeah, it's a bit too early for my liking, but I need my sleep.
Okay, so that's actually a good. I'm gonna actually ask you. Do you ever have like a separate night? Like, but we'll wait for that. Okay, that's back.
I had my bad moments.
Oh man! All right, I think I'm excited to actually hear that. I'm pretty sure everyone else is too. Okay, so so that has been your life of every single day for the past few years, yeah?
Well, I wouldn't say every single day. Like sometimes we start a bit later, maybe 7.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, that's still early for most of us. That's awesome. I think that's the most important thing about being an athlete, right? How do you actually perceive yourself as an athlete? Like, that would be right.
What do you mean?
As an athlete, okay, what is your biggest, like, humblest kind of moment? Like, what do you actually like about being an athlete?
Being an athlete is one of the most enjoyable things I will ever be able to do in my life.
Okay.
But with it also comes a lot of responsibility.
Mm.
When I look at other athletes, I always look at other people as inspirations, and I'm always very inspired by their drive, like we're talking about. Their drive and then motivation.
Yeah.
Because that to me, that what sets you apart from people.
Okay. So you actually look at others for your drive. Do you feel like people actually look at you for inspiration and drive, or do you get people coming up to you and be like, you're so inspiring?
Well, it's touching when it is, but for me, like I always see as myself as like I need to always move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So always be better in that sense.
Yeah, my coach gave me really good advice. He says every day you should be committed to excellence.
Oh wow.
And I like that so much because it doesn't just apply in sports but in everything.
Okay. So what is your definition of excellent day though?
Well, an excellent day, in my opinion, is just doing everything to the best of your ability and more. Okay. So you're fighting stagnancy. Like you should never just be the same. You should always try to be one level up and one level up.
Cool. So just like be just a bit better every single day.
Or at least have the intention of being it.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't be satisfied where you are.
Okay. That leads to my next question, because that's a good point. Because I mean, you see, when you want to always try to be better every day, do you get like bad days where you don't get? I'm sure everyone does. Okay, so you do get bad days, right? And that's normal, right? So how do you actually deal with a bad day? It can be anything.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to be sport related,
Right.
It's just a bad day in general. What do you do?
I used to experience that quite a bit, and I'm also a highly emotional creature. So,
Are you?
Okay. If one training set goes badly or two, I just question everything.
Okay.
But that also forces me to kind of step back and like evaluate why I'm feeling like this.
Yeah.
If this is even important.
Yeah.
One day out of like 100 days or even 1,000 days, like is it really going to matter?
Okay.
So that's what I try to do. I try to isolate the problem and like see how I can make amends with it in my head.
Okay.
Yeah, but also for me, I can be super serious, but I also can be super like chill.
Okay.
And I think that's important. So when I'm having a really bad day, I'm just gonna reward myself and do something I like.
Okay.
And just try to balance it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that when you have a bad day, you just be super chill?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes. It's not always easy.
Alright.
Because sometimes I'm just like, oh man, I'm so bad. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do in my life? And then an hour later, I'll be like, let's go have ice cream.
Okay, alright, that's quite chill. That's great.
Trying to be.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a step back a little bit. So how did you even get into wakeboarding? I believe you grew up in a family that is always in sport, right? You guys have always been doing sport.
Yeah.
So do you mind just sharing with us a little bit about how how this sport thing runs in your family and how you actually chose wakeboarding as a sport till this day.
So my mom's really active. My mom, before my brother and I were born, she used to ride horses, so she's always been quite adventurous. Once we came along, she decided, horse riding is too dangerous, so let's water ski instead. For some reason that makes sense.
Okay, alright, wow, that's interesting.
I know, I make fun of her like all the time about it. So she started water skiing first. And because like she didn't start when she was a kid, so she was just a very like recreational skier. But because my brother and I were really young, so she would bring us with her, and one day I was like, I want to try, mostly because my brother tried and I want to do everything he does.
Oh, your elder brother.
And then that's kind of how I started. I wasn't like, I enjoyed it. It was more like it was just a fun thing, maybe like once a month or so, like just go behind the boat and just smile. Didn't really do anything much with it until I was 11 years old. So I started when I was 5. So I just mentioned.
Wow, that's like really cute, right? Like you're small and
I mean, back then I could pull off like a onesie. Probably now, but I started when I was 5, and I just played around in the water till I was 11. And that same year, my brother, who is 3 years older than me, Max, he was doing really well in wakeboarding. He was going for competitions like the World Championships. And I was like, I want to do that too. And he's like, and you can if you actually try. I'm like, okay, I'll try. So that's kind of how it started for me. So it was kind of a long process of just chilling out for many years, and then like once I got into it when I was 11, like I went full on, like head in.
So this is when you started training and everything, and like, you started taking the sport seriously. That's it. So the reason why you actually started taking it seriously, or I guess the main reason is just because you're inspired by your brother. Is there anything else, like, was there something about wakeboarding that you...
Because like I said, like before that, I wasn't trying anything. Like I was also like a really shy kid, and I wasn't very like outgoing in that sense. And I just, I would try. I'll just stand behind the boat and be happy with it. But the second, like, I started trying new tricks, I fell in love with it, because I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's just a crazy feeling when you learn a new trick. When you think, I mean, like I watch your video, I'm like, oh man, I really want to learn that. And then when you do it, you're like, oh, it was possible. Like, can you imagine?
I think everyone experiences that. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be in a sport, but I'm sure like when you put your heart into something, and then it's sort of like learning a new skill, right? And then you nail it, and then it started to, it becomes addictive in that sense.
And it's like you start from zero and now you're there.
It's like Drake-ish, started
Actually, never heard that song.
You have never heard that song? Okay, well that's a fun fact. That's something that we all have to know about Sasha. Cool. All right. That's great. Okay, so can you just share with us a little bit about your first memory of when it comes to your sport? So we know that you have a couple of injuries and things like that. So when did that actually start? Like, you took it seriously, and then you started training. You love the sport. You learned new skills. That first kind of blow to your self-esteem or anything, physically, mentally, and things like that.
So everything was going really well. Like I think of when I was, 2011, 2012, when I was 18, 19, that was like when I was wakeboarding really, really well. And like I said, we have to push ourselves. So I was trying a new trick, and unfortunately it didn't really go as planned. So I had a tear in my MCL. Which back, like when I think of it now, it's not too big a deal, but back then it was my first time I hurt myself.
That was your first injury?
Very first,
major.
Semi-major injury. So I didn't really know how to deal with it. And I rushed back into it because I thought, just it feels fine, I'll go back in the water. So I ended up tearing my MCL like total of like 4 times in 7 months.
So after that first kind of semi-major injury, it just
continued happening, like not always to the same degree. But it just I couldn't wakeboard well, and that really like affected me a lot. Because from not second guessing myself, I was just questioning every move. So that wasn't a really fun time.
So that happened over 7 months. So how did you get out of it then?
It took a long time, to be honest. Like when I eventually took 3 months off completely just to let it recover, and when I came back, I still came back a little bit early. And I was back then I was running for Red Sports.
Okay.
And I interviewed a 14-year-old boy, I remember, and we went for the World Championships together. And that was my first competition back, and I completely messed up, and I was feeling so down about myself.
Okay.
And for him, he was gunning for, I think, at least final position, and he messed up too. And I was talking to him, and I was saying like, how are you feeling? We've got competition next week. And he's like, it's okay. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, it's fine. It's next week. It's completely different. Like, I'm not gonna bring what I have today like forward in the future. Wow. Like, it resets. So I'm like,
wow. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that really helped me gain a new perspective of failure as well.
Okay. So I guess you from then on you somehow
like
it a bit differently when it comes.
Then I also view competition failure differently as well. Like it happens, but that doesn't mean I'm any less of an athlete too.
Yeah. Okay. That must be really tough though, right? To just to try and bounce back from an injury.
Massively.
Yeah. And recently also, I think a few months before your SEA Games last year, right? You also injured something. That's a major injury.
Yeah, that one
happened then?
That one, in my opinion, was worse than the first one. But yeah, but everything's a blessing in disguise. If I didn't go through that, like I would have handled this one really well.
Yeah.
So that happened in 2016, and ironically, like that was when I really got back into my sport, and I was like, oh yeah, I feel good again.
Yeah.
And then I hurt myself.
Okay.
But because I guess I kind of knew the proper steps to take as well, and the key word is just being really patient. Yeah. Okay. And just kind of knowing like what steps to take and like how to move forward from it. I let it recover well, and even like when I was, there are gonna be times where I was kind of questioning, and I see everyone else improving, and I'm like, I can't do anything about it. But then you just move away from that, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got down the water, I felt great. Yeah, it was such a nice feeling.
I know, and you won the gold medal after that. All the patience, it paid off, right?
That was nerve-wracking, but
that's awesome. Okay, talking about patience, I think that's a good point. You see, so for many of us, we're in sports, we're in businesses, and patience is the key thing in helping us get to our goals and getting us to whatever that we set our heart into. Where are you now in terms of patience? Are you a patient person when it comes to trusting like a process, or do you still get that that first kind of injury where you just want to go back into things?
I think like your key word there would be trust in the process. If I trust in the process, if I trust in my training program, I trust in the coach, I will be patient.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to trust it though.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. Let's take that aside. Okay. What is your most humblest moment in your life? Like something that you are just really humbled to have or to get in anything. It doesn't need to be wakeboarding.
That's a really
you gotta dig deep.
Can you give me some like?
I think one of the example is that that boy, I guess that 14-year-old that says it's okay, next week is a different day. So something like that. I guess that you were interviewing him, you competed by his side, right? Not against him, but together with him. That would be like that's quite humbling, right? He sort of told you that, and then it helped you move forward. Was there any other experience that you kind of just like, wow, I'm just so thankful and humbled to be where I am right now?
Well, there's so many of that, to be honest.
The biggest one.
I can't really pinpoint.
But
for me, one of the biggest things, because I used to always be very afraid to travel out of my comfort zone. Yeah, it's ironic.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of my wakeboard years training in Singapore. And finally I went overseas to the States about like 3 years ago. For the first time to train, and just being around like different group of people, I suppose, who are so talented and unique and disciplined in their own way, like kind of put everything in perspective for me as well.
Cool. That must be a different experience.
It was very cool, because like I've been in the sport for so many years and I've never really stepped out, and that's one thing I would say regret, but I wish I did earlier. But I'm glad I eventually got there as well. And like it also puts you in perspective as well,
Has that been an option all the time though? Like, was it something that your coach kind of just tell you like, hey, okay, let's just go to a, you know, training overseas? Like, how did that happen? Like,
that was, I mean, I did go when I was 14 for about a week or 2 weeks, but I did not like it as well.
Oh, really?
I was such a shy kid.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, you did mention that.
I didn't really enjoy it that much. So I think it kind of like left like a scar in me. I was like, no,
Okay.
I'm okay. And my
Okay.
brother used to tell me, you need to go. You need
Okay.
to go overseas. And I just didn't want to go.
yeah, yeah.
And then I don't really I know why. I think like one coach pushed me to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Another really humbling experience was when I started out with my coach,
Yeah.
my last coach I had,
Yeah.
Tan.
Yeah.
I started training with him when I was 18 or 19, so 2011. And before that, like, I thought I was a pretty decent wakeboarder. You know, I thought I was alright. But when I went to him, like, he just stripped everything I had and like made me start from the basics. And that's when I learned there is so much more than what I thought I could do.
Yeah,
And then the people I was training around, I was so fascinated by everybody. I was like, you guys are so good. Like, I just want to be like you, you know. And like because of that, like every day we would take videos of each other and we'll go home and watch it and like, see how I can improve. And like from doing like just like stunts, like flips and all that, I'm just doing super basic tricks. But that's what I needed. And like if it weren't for Suda, I wouldn't have ever known that I was missing that.
Yeah. I think that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, a lot of us, we think that, you know, we have everything.
We think we're a step ahead of ourselves.
Yes,
We need to go back
yes. No,
sometimes.
that is definitely, that's important. I think we just need sometimes to go back to basics.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, cool. All right. So what's next for Sasha? Okay, so you just pretty much get retired from wakeboarding, and then you're gonna do water skiing.
Yes.
Great, that's awesome. And then you said you're going to school. That's great. Like was that like was that something?
It's been a long time coming.
Okay, so you've thought about it for a very long time.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, when I started training full time in 2013, like, I asked my mom what she thought, and she's like, go for it. You know, you're the right age, you have the right support, but you have to promise me you'll eventually go back to school. And about like a year in, I was like, Mom, maybe I won't go back to school. And she's like, really? Yeah.
Okay.
I finally decided to go, like, made my decision last year.
Okay.
Because I think it's time, and I'm excited to learn.
Yeah.
Like, every day I'm going to Singapore Management University.
Okay.
And every day, not every day, but when I can, I'll look through like the curriculum and just be excited about what I'm gonna like. The subjects I can.
You already started looking at the curriculum now. Cool.
About 2 months ago.
Oh my god.
It's been it's been a while. I'm excited to go to school.
When do you start?
I start in August.
Okay. Wow. That must be really exciting, right?
A bit nervous, but exciting at the same time.
Okay, so how are you planning to actually, so when you go to school, how are you planning to also juggle your water skiing commitments?
Well, I'm going to keep to the same training program that I have now, so 4 times a week training, hopefully double sessions most days.
Yeah.
Honestly, people tell me I'm not going to sleep very much.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that yet, but I guess I'll have a couple of months to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I just have to work on my time management skills, I suppose.
I guess so, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it's a change of lifestyle.
It'll be a huge change, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, 'cause it's a new, I guess it's a new horizon. And you never know what new opportunity is going to come.
That's
from
very
there, right? Cool. Talking about sleep, I did mention we're going to touch about this nightlife of yours. So 5:30 a.m. to 9:30ish, you go to bed. Okay, so how do you juggle, your commitments with sport and friends and social life?
Right.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Well, most of my friends, they know on training nights, I usually don't go out, and if I do have a curfew of a self-imposed curfew.
Okay.
Of about 8:15.
8:15.
Because I like to wash up and get in bed and chill out, read a little bit before I sleep.
Yeah.
My whole routine. So
Yeah.
if I do have training, I try not to go out.
Okay.
But it is about 4 to 5 times a week. So I try to keep my weekends clear of that. Because I believe heavily in balance.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. So you have pretty understanding friends.
Oh yeah, and they're great.
Okay.
So it all works out.
That's awesome. So how's your social support though? Like, would you say that have you had like friends or people that's just really against this kind of lifestyle of yours, or you just pretty much have very good support from the start?
not outwardly, I suppose. Like my family and my friends have been so supportive through the years. Like the 2015 SEA Games was really cool because a lot of them came out to watch me, and that was really nice. Yeah, they've been great. If anyone says anything, especially when I was training full time, you hear stuff. But for me, I'm just like, I don't really care what people think anymore. I mean, if I'm happy in my decision and I can make peace with myself, then it's okay.
That must be like a skill that you already, like you kind of, because not everyone can actually, shut off their ears from all these opinions of others, right? Especially in sport and also in business. People tend to like, just degrade you and just make you feel like terrible.
It's very true, and it's so easy to get affected by it as well. But like from experience, and I guess for myself, like the more I harp about what people think, like the more it affects me and changes me as a person. And I don't want that. I don't want other people to change who I am.
Of course.
No, I'm gonna keep to who I am and like just work harder.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's an important point. I think all of us can benefit from that. It's true.
Every day I'm still learning.
Would you, so how do you apply this, Jim Rohn quote of, you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with? How do you actually relate to this Jim Rohn's quote? You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Would you say that you have a really good, 5 people around you that really pushes you to your dreams?
I would definitely say.
Do you agree to that quote?
I would definitely agree to that quote.
Okay. Awesome. It's great. Okay, talking about dreams.
Yes.
What is your big dream now?
Right now?
Yes, right now.
Well, it's more short-term dream.
Okay.
But I really, really want to break the Asian record for skiing this year. Slalom skiing this year.
Nice.
It's gonna be a struggle.
Okay.
But
when is that?
Well, I have a record event when I go to America.
Okay.
And that's in July. So I'm looking at that one first.
Okay. So that's pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Okay. And the way you break the records is through all the events that you're gonna be participating. So the next one is in July.
Yeah, and then if that, however that goes. And I'll look to next year as well.
Okay.
So I really like at least in the next 4 years, especially when I'm in school. Like I definitely wanna be going for the top in Asia. So it's hard. The standard's hard, but
Okay. You never know. Nothing is impossible, right?
That's very true.
It's true. Exactly. So you can also like break this record in July and then break it again next year, right?
That would be that's the dream.
Cool. All right. So how about your school dreams then? Any kind of like straight A dream, or you just sort of taking it one day at a time?
Honestly, I don't know what school's gonna be like. When later after this you can give me some tips because I don't know what the standard's gonna be like or how demanding it's gonna be. I'm such a newbie at this. So I'll take it one day at a time. One of my friends told me that she said, don't let education get in the way of learning. I think it's a quote from somebody. And I was like,
such a good quote, huh?
Because literally I'm going to go to school because I want to learn. Like I'm excited to learn. So that's going to be my number 1 priority.
Okay.
And like grades, hopefully they follow. But if not, like most important thing is what I take away from it, I suppose.
Great. Well, all the best. That's a
Thank
huge
you.
stepping stone. What advice do you have for someone? Of course, our listeners would be, people in sports and in business, and of course we have dreams.
Yes.
You have dreams. Just share with us your dreams. I have dreams, and everyone else has. Okay, so how do you actually any kind of advice from Sasha that you for someone who has insane dreams?
Okay. Well, the second you have a dream, write it down.
Oh, okay.
Make it
practical.
Make it engraved in your head because it's so easy to procrastinate. It's so easy to make excuses. It's so easy to forget and push it aside. And that's the saddest part because one day you're gonna be wake up and like, oh man, what happened to my dream? So that's the most important thing I would say. Write it down and then make detailed steps to how you're gonna achieve it. Because then it becomes like your dream becomes more real, I suppose. In that sense.
Okay. So that's the first step.
Well, first and second, write it down and then make detailed plans on how to achieve it.
Okay.
And I guess after that, just don't stop. Just keep going for it. And just shout at the naysayers. And if you believe in what you're doing, if you trust the process as well, you'll achieve it. Or at least you'll get further than you ever would if you just sitting down doing nothing.
Great. Wow, that's like that's huge, man. Great. Okay. I've got a question. So we're sort of wrapping things up. So we're gonna do something fun.
Okay.
All right.
This wasn't mentioned. I didn't know.
We're doing a couple of fun things. Okay. The first one, alright. If today was your last day on Earth. Okay.
Okay.
You've shared with us a couple of wise advice about chasing your dreams. Okay. Maybe there's going to be some overlap, but what are the 3 truths or lessons that you are going to share with people? Okay, thinking about your followers, friends, family. All right, if today was your last day.
So it's advice.
Advice, yeah, on anything,
Oh dear.
It doesn't even need to be dreams.
Okay, can it be fun and fun?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man, go and have ice cream, could be.
That's always good. I would say, okay, first one maybe be have balanced fun.
Balanced fun.
Okay. Like make wise decisions, but don't be too rigid as well.
Yeah.
Just experience things, experience life, meet new people.
Yeah. Great.
That's number 1.
That's number 1. You have 2 more.
Alright. That's fun. Everything falls in the category though.
Fun is a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Balance.
Yeah. Which means you can't have too much fun,
I
right?
never know there's such a thing. People say that. Do people say balanced fun? I don't think so. I'm all into like this balance thing now. So
you do.
Number 2, I would say pick a country on the world map that you really want to go to and go there. Yeah, because like I have so many places that I want to go, but I haven't even started like actually making it real.
Okay.
And if I don't ever achieve that, I'll be so sad.
Okay,
So,
alright.
I would say do
That's
that.
the second one.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna pause you first.
Okay.
Where are the countries that you actually want to go? Alright, maybe top 3. Okay, you said that you have like all these countries that you want to go to, right?
Alright. I haven't done much research on them, but
That's okay.
but in my mind, I want to go to Madagascar.
Ooh.
Madagascar's one. Iceland.
Okay, alright. Like Northern Lights and things.
I'm really
okay.
good,
Yeah. Okay.
And Africa.
Right.
Top 3.
Okay. I like how the Africa and Madagascar
Oh
kind
yeah,
of overlap.
yeah, they do overlap.
Is there something there that you're kind of passionate about?
I think because right now it's just very foreign to me.
Okay.
Yeah, but South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah. South America used to be on my list.
Okay.
I went there.
Oh, you
So
did?
I was very happy.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I was going to ask, what are the countries that you had in your list that you have visited?
Yeah.
So South America was one, or I guess it's a continent.
Yeah, continent.
Yeah.
So I went to Chile and Argentina. That was great.
Cool. For like a just travel.
No,
For competition, but still, I'm pretty sure you did some travel. Okay. Where else have were in your list and your TikTok?
Actually, those South America, like countries there, those one of the places I really want to go. Oh, you know where I really want to go? I want to go Peru as well. Can I change that?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Now it's Madagascar, Iceland, and Peru.
Machu Picchu.
Yes.
So
Great. We'll see.
Great. You gotta do it. That's one of your 3
And
advice.
You can't man. Give me a list of 3. Like it's hard.
Okay, alright. Oh, you pushed it to 4,
I pushed it to
Balanced fun, that's okay. Cool, alright. Final truth or final advice.
Alright.
For someone, if today was your last
I
day.
completely forgot the direction.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I'm going to pause you for a bit because we need to know these countries that you want to go.
Alright, final one. Don't get too caught up with what people think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy to say, hard to do.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, we touched that earlier on.
We did.
And
But it's important because you don't want to stop living your life as well. And
Yeah.
I go through phases where I'm like, oh, I need to look a certain way, I need to do certain things because of how people might perceive me. I'm just like, no, but it's that's secondary and everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, people do not see your heart. They don't
They
see
don't know
how you
you.
feel and think.
No one will ever know who you truly are except yourself, and no one will know who I am.
Exactly. Yeah. Although it can be, I mean, like you said, it's easier said than done, but it's. I guess just need to be conscious and aware.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Like you may not achieve it every day or all the time, or maybe even ever, but as long as you're conscious about it, and what you want, that is important.
Perfect. That's great. Cool. Great. You remember I said that we were going to do some fun things at the end? That was one, okay? I hope that was fun.
A bit stressed now.
Oh yeah. Alright, this one is I guess a little bit more, the other side of fun. I mean, no, the extreme is not, okay, never mind.
Okay.
We're gonna just, what is your definition of legacy? Okay, legacy.
That's not fun.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing, that's what I said.
Question.
That's what I'm saying, it's like the other side, we got balance, right?
Okay, alright.
Legacy, come on, what is that legacy for you?
What is legacy to me? Oh, wow. I've never been asked that question before. That's not fair. Well, what I hope to leave behind?
Yes.
Well, I hope to have some positive, I guess, like influence in the world somehow, make a difference. Like even if it's just something really small, like just smiling to someone and making their day or whatever. Like that's all I really like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we may not be put in a position to change the world, but we can change a few things maybe.
Cool. That's deep.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
I'm just you can't change the circumstances, right?
Yeah, no, but I mean, there's like every day there's something small you can do, and like I always like for me, I want to be sincere. Like I think that's the most important thing. I'm trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure you are, right?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
It's myself.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, okay, 5 seconds of fun. Okay, this is fun.
Okay,
alright.
I don't know, I'm not questioning your definition of fun.
Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm just trying to get a question, okay? So you have 5 seconds.
Okay, I have 5 seconds.
To think about this question, okay? If today was your last day, what would be the last meal that you're gonna have?
Okay.
Your last meal in life, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Are you serious?
I'm a very basic person.
Okay.
I love my spaghetti bolognese.
Wow, you know what I was thinking? I thought you were gonna go through like waffles and ice cream.
No.
Spaghetti bolognese. Anyone?
Mom.
Okay.
Obviously.
That's it. Was that fun? Enough?
It was not as stressful as I thought it would be.
Yay, there you go. Yeah, because initially it was like really, really stressful question. Tweak it a little bit.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome, okay. Great, thank you so much, Sasha, for being here. Okay, how can we support you, as a person or even, in your sport? Like, do you have your Facebook or Instagram account, anything that we can follow?
Yes, I have Instagram.
Ah, sweet.
Yes.
Okay.
My name is Sashizu.
Oh, okay, cool.
Very complicated.
How do you spell that?
SASHIZUU.
Cool.
W because one U was taken already, so I had to go W.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there something behind that name?
My mom used to call me Zazu from Lion King. I don't know why she called me like a bird.
Yeah.
Not princess, not cupcake, but it was Zazu.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then like Sashi.
Oh, right.
I don't know what I was thinking, but kind of stuck.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Cool. Awesome. Great. Alright, so we can follow you on Instagram, Sashizu.
Yes.
With a double U, not W.
No,
two U's. Okay. Great. And anywhere else? Is that it?
That's pretty much it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
for
thank you.
your
I had so much fun
time.
today.
The balance? Balance kind of fun.
Yeah,
Thank
balance
you.
questions, balance fun.
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next episode.